Hello YouTubers, DE Fan 3D coming at you out here with some breaking news developing. So this is huge. So I normally wouldn't really report right now because there's nothing to report on whether like Monster Jam. I mean Monster Jam's going on, but I don't really talk about points and stats a whole lot because you just really wait until World Finals happens. Late model season's just starting a little bit. Yeah, getting up to go, but Elko still closed, not until May, Memorial Day weekend, and I think the Midwest ASA Midwest Tour is starting to get rolling here pretty quick. But however, this is huge because the tracks I have lined up is now changed. So of course we have Elko and La Crosse. Those two will certainly happen this year. However, this is where the breaking news comes into. I will bring my channel to 4 tracks this year, starting out with two of them that I never been to. I've actually seen one of them from afar. Didn't really look into it that much. Didn't really do anything with it. Didn't hardly do anything. I just knew it was there. But this one I've never been to. Seen videos of both of them numerous times on YouTube, being a ASA ARCA Midwest Tour fan here in the Midwest. This is huge. Jeremy Wolf's Beer Bash Party went out without a hitch tonight. We had a lot of great turnout, a big 50-50 draw. It was really cool. The crew chief, Jeremy Wolf, came over to me and goes, Connor, here's one row of tickets, and there's probably about 20 to 16 of them. And I was like, sweet. So I started ripping and tearing and added everything into one bin. And then I went back 15 minutes later. The crew chief comes back and hands me 4 more. So I have now 5 total raffle tickets. And 7K, the Kashadi group was there. Out of the 3 brothers, 2 of them helped me out rip the other ones. If I did this all by myself, my wrist would have been really beaten and hurting. So they took care of it with me, helped me out, went back. I won the raffle to a Wisconsin trip of a lifetime. We have a 4-ticket pass to Tomah Speedway and to Tomah Sparta Speedway, to be honest with you. So this is that right there. This will be used on August the 8th, Friday, for the Big A late model feature. This is not good for their local division, which is the CWRA events, so not valid for that. And I knew I heard a little bit about that, and I really didn't look into it a whole lot. But this is good for the Big A late models. There's 4 tickets. We'll just use 2 because it'll just be me and my dad. Plus, I'll also get the garage pass. We'll do that. I'll get a stack of 10 postcards for Joel, even though the 75, Joel, I don't think he's ever, I think he probably did run there one time, maybe twice, but not for a while. But I will still service with a smile with the gear. I'll do that, so that'll be sweet. Now, however, this is going to be really cool. On October 18th this year, we have another. This is for 2 tickets now, along with a garage pass to go. This is the schedule that came with it. The tickets are in here. To Dells Raceway Park, baby. Yeah. So, and the schedule says here, yes, on October 18th. This used to be called the Following 150. They changed it this year to the Following 100. For the super late models, the 602 late models, the Midwest Trucks, and the Midwest Dash Series. A lot of these teams that run at Oktoberfest, they will also run here. Unfortunately, I don't think the ASA Midwest Tour, ARCA Midwest Tour guys will, either one, ASA Midwest Tour guys, I don't think they'll run there, but I think some of the drivers will, but not all of them. But it'll be cool to see who shows up. I've seen this track from afar. I was only there for the Wisconsin Dells, just to like hang at the water park and stuff. We did that in 2002. I knew the track was there because I heard cars whizzing around out there. So I heard that. but we didn't really go and check it out and scope it out. And but I get to do that this year. However, this is not good for the ASA Midwest Tour event, and it's I could say that. Unfortunately, never for the Jim Sauter Classic, and but that's where Oktoberfest will come into play. So we got that now. However, if I get the Garage Pass, I'd highly like to at least keep one of these for my souvenir. And you can also see too there. I believe. Let's see. Oh yeah. And the black writing, not valid for the ASA Midwest Tour event. But the redundant thing is I have 2 ASA Midwest Tour cars on that thing. That's Gabe Somers' 15 Quick Trip ride, and the other one, there's a car. I think that's Dennis Prunty's 42 car with that paint scheme. I could be wrong about that, but the 15 Quick Trip, I remember seeing that. That's the car that Gabe Somers won the championship with at La Crosse in 2023. Yeah, it wasn't last year in 2024, but that was in 2023. So that's the 2023 championship Quick Trip car right there. So that is pretty neat. So, and they're not valid for the ASA Midwest Tour event, but it is good for the following 100. And that'll be the last race of the year. So instead of being Oktoberfest, the Dells Raceway Park will be that. And Tomah and Dells, they're not too far away from each other. It's a 3-hour drive to Tomah Sparta Speedway, and then it's a little bit shorter drive to the Dells track, which is cool. But La Crosse, I'm going to go there more than once this year, like I did last year when I did that one off with seeing Steve Carlson 66 late model hanging out there, and then the other stuff for the Oktoberfest. This time it's going to be Sunday, not Saturday like last year. My grandfather's birthday kind of got infected with, came in effect for Sunday. But, however, this will be panning out on October the 5th of this year. But October 18th, the Dells for the following 100. So, yeah, and this is the thing is that if something like this comes up, this is big news. And so to go to 4 tracks, 3 of them Wisconsin tracks, and me being a Packer fan, I feel pretty pumped about that. And actually, too, Joel Tyson, he deer hunts in Wisconsin a lot, and I found out about that 2 years ago. And he even had some deer steaks in the 75 trailer hauler, and we actually had a good time. I had 3 of them with a Diet Mountain Dew, and that was a lot of fun. So, and I didn't know I knew Joel was an outdoorsman a little bit because of his Facebook page, where I remember when hiking sticks and everything, but yeah, that's pretty sweet. But boy, to go to tracks now and to bring my channel along. I mean, I went to Slinger Speedway. That was in 2017 during the summer. So the channel came out in the fall of 2017 for all of 2018. So I just missed the Slinger stuff for my YouTube channel. Now that I have this, you guys get to see everything. So this is going to be cool. And the 2 tracks I've never been to, one from afar, one that I never got to go to. But my buddy Mike Kangas, who lives in Menominee and winters and summers down there in Florida, when he was racing back in the day in the 90s, he ran at Dells quite a bit with his own personal 30 car, the Lumina car that he had. And I got a photo of him at Norway with it in 92 for that feature win that he got in the same year that Alan Quickie won the Cup Championship, who was his favorite driver. But yeah, he informed me a little bit about that. I heard some stories about that, but we're going to talk more about that track and Tomah. He's been to both. So he never raced at Tomah Sparta Speedway, but he's been there in the grandstands, but he's raced at the Dells. And so that's pretty cool. And the Dells Raceway Park, definitely a big one. The Sauters, all of them. Jim Sauter Sr., Jim Sauter Jr., Travis Sauter, Penn Sauter, Jay Sauter, Johnny Sauter, Scott Wimmer, Chris Wimmer, Dick Trickle, Rich Bickle Jr. They've all ran at Dells. And I'm pretty sure they also ran at Tomah Sparta Speedway. I know for a fact Dick Trickle and Rich Bickle Jr., those guys have definitely ran there. And I think the Sauters and the Wimmers have done the same thing. Maybe even Dave Marcus. So, and same for Rich Bickle, because Dave Marcus is from Wisconsin. And, And that's pretty big and huge to say the least right there. So that is that's going to be pretty neat, and to be in the garage here for that and shock some of these drivers out there. If it's the big A late model ones for sure, because I've seen these guys run. Michael Bilderback, I got him on my YouTube channel, Elko Speedway, in an interview. He'll probably run that with the 2. I remember his brother Ricky in the 22 car at Milwaukee back in the day when I watched these events. And I never saw Ricky at Elko, but got close one year. I thought he was going to show up with Michael. They didn't have that happen, but definitely remember the 2 of Michael Bilderback, big time. And you want to check the video out. It's on there on my channel somewhere. You just got to dig around, but when you find it, it's good. And that's pretty huge right there. So I like that a lot, and I'm looking forward to that. I think some of the other big late model drivers might show up there that I remember seeing at Elko. I would have to believe Adam Benzik might be one of those guys. I'm not for sure. I'll look for the entry list when we get around to August the 8th on that Friday. But I'm certainly going to ask around Helicross on my YouTube channel who is all going to Dells for the following 100. And then that's where I will make my decisions from there and stick with that a bit. And I would have to say maybe Ryan Farrell in the 80 car. You guys know about him. He's on my channel. We've done stuff with the 80 car before. So, and Ryan's a really cool dude. I do have his contact on my phone. I can even ask him too about that at some point. I'll probably do it on a day off this week, and now that I got the stuff here. And shout out to Kat Nelson. Kat, I feel bad, and Kat Nelson is like my buddy Marianne. These 2 ladies, they've been around the sport for the longest time. They're pretty competitive as fans, and Marianne's got a lot of local racing gear. I know Kat Nelson's got a bunch. I got a bunch of it, but I got a lot of postcards, and I'm certainly going to accumulate more. Just depends on what driver I'm into and what paint scheme suits me to, like, hey, I got to get that postcard and add to my collection underneath my TV stand. And then also, too, I flipped through them, and I got some good ones last year for the ASA original from 2011 and 2009, like old retro ones. Those ones broke me. Andrew Morrissey, and I can't think of the other guy, but Andrew Morrissey, he made me cry last year big time when I got his 2009 39 one, and I remember that quite fondly with my grandfather, who was not doing the best, and I remember seeing that car at Elko a lot, and that was actually shot at Dells Raceway Park in 2009, and yeah, so that one really hits home with me, and I remember exactly where I was sitting at Elko when I saw that car in that aluminum grandstands. And the whole fan base tonight at Wolf's Beer Bash Party, and especially hearing it from 7K and other people around me, this Midwest Tour division and the whole Midwest states really need a guy like me to keep this thing solid, because I know everybody's stats like the back of my hand. Like, I paid more attention to these guys' stats than I did my own schoolwork back in the mid-2000s. In 2011 and 2015, I would cram everybody's paint scheme into these world history books, and every other page I would scan a section, scan 15 to 25 super late models and mixed with big A late model drivers, and scan these until I figured out how this all works, and going back to old race footage and all of that. Then this is what I started to do, like a Steve Burns analyst vibe. And when I got my first garage pass in 2014 at Elko, I haven't looked back since. And then to finally bring you guys along with the ride here, knowing that we're going to 4 tracks this year, 2 bonus ones, 3 of them in Wisconsin, 1 in Elko. And out of these 3 tracks, only 1 track is having problems, and that's Elko. And the thing that I know that's Elko's having problems is by take a look at this from Dells Raceway Park schedule. That is from April to November. That is no joke. I mean, that's exactly how Elko used to do it back in the day. From the date to number 4 right there, all the way to 11/01, I believe that reads. Yeah, 11. Yeah, so November 1st, it's championship for Dells. I mean, that's how Elko. We never ran. I mean, we ran it a couple times in November. But majority of the time, it was from April to October. Now it's May to September. That's killing Elko right there for not trying to be a suitable track in the near future. I mean, I've heard a lot of talk in the garage area, 3 to 5 years, give or take. I mean, this track's been for sale for, I think, 10 years. And Tom Ryan, that tire deal that he has, I mean, I've heard it too from drivers that say that they lose more money at Elko than they are making it. And I'm like, And so this is where you see a lot of these local guys baying off to Wisconsin. Like La Crosse is doing well, Dell's doing good, Thomas Sparta Speedway, Milwaukee Mile Speedway, and State Park Speedway is gone. Rockford just left, but also Slinger is surviving quite well. And even when there was the old SRX series ran there with Haley Deegan, Bobby Labonte, Tony Stewart, to name a few. And but yeah, and even Greg Bethel. But I mean, that's just Elko, you're going down a bad path, buddy. And that just is not sitting right with me. And seeing Dells Raceway Park's schedule for the first time on paper, boy, that really hits home for me about Elko, man. It's like, dang. And I like this track a lot. I mean, I'm making my 25th year run consecutively from 2020 to 25. If I just make 4 trips this year, I'll bank 100. I'm thinking I'm going more than 4. I went 6 last year. I think I'm trying to make that same jump again, going 6 this year as well, along with banking out 100. So 100. So it'd be 102 times if I go 6 and I go 4. Yeah, so to have 102 times on my career, and that would be pretty good. And looking forward to, of course, then 2026 to Elko after September is out. But of course, I won't make it to Thunderstruck 93 this year on the 20th because my bro is getting married. But I will certainly try to make the next round for championship night. So, because that's what I think that's our doing this year. That Thunderstruck here, then they'll have championship night underneath that. I'm certainly going to make championship night, and then go to La Crosse, and then have one more extra bullet in my chamber for Dells. And then in August 8th on Friday, pow, there's Sparta. There's Sparta Speedway right there. So Thomas Sparta Speedway to be that's a long name. I mean, I mean, just look at that, Thomas Sparta Speedway. It's like, holy smokes, that's kind of a mouthful. I mean, Dells Raceway Park, Elko Speedway, La Crosse Speedway, that's it. But Thomas Sparta Speedway, I tried saying that like 10 times fast. So yeah, but very nice. And the size track of both of them is the same size, 1/3. So Elko's a 3/8. So I think Elko's a bit bigger than both. And of course the 7/8 mile La Crosse track, pow, that's of course puts all those little short tracks to shame. But they're good sized tracks. So I've been to a couple of 1/4 miles that are shorter, Raceway Park, and then of course Slinger. But Raceway Park was more flat. Slinger is kind of like Rockford a bit. Of course, the backstretch are different, but they all have that same 30-degree turn, and it's fish in a bowl, baby. And then, of course, the biggest short track I've been to is Milwaukee. The second biggest is the Minnesota State Fairway, which is the size of Bristol. That, of course, track is gone, but I still count it as a local track, so the Minnesota State Fair Speedway. But the Milwaukee Mile, and I tell you, when I recorded the front stretch in turn 1 for the first video I ever shot there for the ARCA Midwest Tour, or the ARCA Menard Series, I was on this end of pit road towards the exit. I was at the entrance of pit road. I ran the full length of Milwaukee Mile Speedway, to the turn 1, recorded, then I ran all the way back to the entrance of pit road. That was all. I had like 5 teams turn around and see me run, like, where the heck is he going? So that was incredibly cool. And unfortunately, there was only, I think, 28 cars there, so it wasn't a big field. But being on pit road, I felt bad for my dad because he was in the grandstands, but he should have been on pit road. He wasn't. But they were going about, to him, they looked like 40 miles an hour. Well, they're hauling about 90 power right across me, maybe even go like 120. on pit road. Just depends on where circumstances, the location of where you are at, whether grandstands up here or pit road down here. That makes a whole lot of difference especially for my YouTube channel. So I did the better job of being on there, and there was not even a single caution in that whole Milwaukee race for 150 laps, and of course Ty Ferguson winning that. I got his autograph that day. That was huge. And so, yeah, so this is going to be fun. Looking forward to you guys coming along here. Looking forward to this. And yeah, it's going to be a lot of fun. So, and I would normally like to record from the main grandstands, but I think I'm going to be off of pit road and just into turns 3 and 4 and record over there, because if I remember correctly, looking on video, there's spots you can do this, and maybe heck even try the infield of the track. So I'll even try to work my way through that and just see what happens. But looking forward to this new experience of Tomah Sparta Speedway and being in the garage area there. And then try to find another place to watch the race from at a good vantage point there for that track. And looking forward to that. And so get 2 new tracks to my Wisconsin stuff out here, along with the 2 regulars of Elko and La Crosse. But Dells will finish it out for the season, and that'll be cool on October 18th. That's Saturday night, so that'll be fun. And for the following 100. And yeah, so that'll be fun. Looking forward to it, and we're just gonna have a blast there and get to see some super late model action. I think the following 100 will also, like I said, that'll include some of those guys, and of course the big late models. We won't see those guys on Saturday at La Crosse, but I get to see them this year though at Tomah Sparta, so I get that to added. So it's like, hey, if I don't see them at La Crosse, I get to hear them too. So then I get bonus. I get to see both the Big 8s and the ASA Midwest Tour. I haven't done that since 2017 was the last time that I did that. That was the ARCA Midwest Tour and the ASA Midwest Tour. And there was a big car count at Elko for Thunderstruck last year with the local guys in the Big 8 division and having the supers there. That was a lot of cars in that garage area. So, but to see both separately this year for me, that's going to be cool. So that'll be awesome. So even though I won't see Thunderstruck 93 completely, I'll see it separately. So same vibe with that. And then that other kicker is the same super late model guys at the Dells track. So it's like, oh, nice. So I get that as a bonus. So this turned out to be a huge win. And to get this all for free for nothing, that's huge. That is really, really huge. So hope you guys are enjoying the video. Hopefully you guys are going to be looking forward to this. I like the subscriber count that I have, but believe me, when this stuff goes down for Tomah Sparta Speedway of 2025, and then to break out, yeah, so to break out Tomah and to break out the Dells track, yeah, that works. Yeah, so to break out that, and then along with the tickets as well. I mean, that is just, oh boy, this is gonna be fun. So I'm looking forward to that, and I just can't stop looking at those cool tickets right there. That's pretty neat. So, but yeah, so thank you, Jeremy Wolf Motorsports out of Chaska. I know exactly where those guys are located. Used to bike to Jeremy's place. Unfortunately, a few days ago, his late model got wrecked, and Brett Kirschner doored him, and the whole car just like got banged up big time at La Crosse, and that was a big bummer. I gave him $10, and I told Jeremy, I said, I don't want to get raffle tickets from you today. What I want is I want you to use this $10 for your racing season for Elko, and he really appreciated that. So just giving back to these teams, because like I said about Tommy Peterson last year with the 99 and over Hunter Payne and Steve Anderson Jr., take a look at that wreck again. These guys are not officially stock car. I mean, they're official, but they're not official. Like, they're not Xfinity truck cup drivers. These guys are doing this all out of their personal pockets. So if you door one of these cars and you smash it, they have to use their own money to fix this, and that can be very costly. So they need outside support, however way they need it to get it. This is what a true race fan does to help out another guy. And even though I'm with the 75 team primarily, I still float around in a silly season situation to help out any team that I possibly get my hands on. Wolf Motorsports suits it, and I just like it a lot, and this is big. So I definitely appreciate that, and looking forward to having some good time and fun this year. But this is why this whole Midwest needs a lot more race fans like this guy right here. So see you guys in the next video.